This is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 3/16/2022. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander. I'll include links in the description below if you want to take a look at the Geeklist. Let's get into it. We'll start with one item below the top 10, which is Wonderland's War. So I've talked about this in the previous week. This is getting delivered to backers. I'm actually waiting for my copy of it to get delivered, but it is getting extremely good ratings. When I was able to play this at a convention early, and it got me really excited about the game. It's apparently coming to retail, so if you missed out on the Kickstarter, yeah, it won't have some of the extra stuff that came with the Kickstarter, but it's essentially the same game, same artwork, and everything like that. I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to try this with my gaming group. I know they've made some slight tweaks to the game during playtesting, and so far the reviews have been quite positive at 8.85 average, which is pretty decent when you're at 286 rating, all averaging above 8. We'll see this once it gets above 1,000. I think we can make a safe prediction on number 10. So people keep reviewing Star Wars Jabba's Palace, a love letter game. Obviously this isn't going to be in the top 100. It's just another version of love letter. The Jabba the Hutt theme speaks to a lot of people, obviously, and so that's why we're seeing. It'll probably drop out of the top 10 climbers here in a number 9, Earth. This is actually, I like the artwork on this one, cover artwork. Let's see. I don't know if so this is upcoming releases. So Thousands of Years of Evolution. It's got in-game bonuses, hand management, burial setup, and victory points as a resource. 45-90 minutes with a medium heavyweight is actually pretty interesting. Like I said, I do like the artwork on the cover. I don't know. I understand. I never really liked, like, these are like photos on cards. Most of the time I don't like that, but I like the graphics design of the game itself. I think it looks really good. Maybe illustrated cards would have been a little bit nicer, but it's almost Tool-esque styling on the card. So that's a good. I guess we'll have to see. It looks like this one hasn't even made it to Kickstarter or gotten too much release information. So artist not applicable on. Let's see what this pre-order. Yeah, I want to give it a try. Oh, so this must be on Kickstarter. Kickstarted. So this must be on Kickstarter, even though the link isn't there. So I guess if you like the look of it, maybe check it out on Kickstarter. It's going to be a while, obviously, till it gets delivered, and then what this game is. That's number 9, Earth. Number 8, Insurmountable. So this one got a big jump this week in terms of reviews, which is why it showed up. Its average rating is actually pretty low. So let's see who. Scott Alms, so a recognized designer. And it's a print and play game. Interesting. So let's see what the comments say. I guess it's Kickstarter. So this was Kickstarter and also print and play available. Let's see what this is. I guess it's just a small climbing game where you link the cards together and play it through solo. So I guess interesting if you're interested in playing print and play solo games. Short game. I might actually print this out and add it to my print and play box. Mostly of games I haven't had a chance to play yet, but since it's solo, it might be able to make the table sooner rather than later. That's unsurmountable, not insurmountable. Number 7, Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. So we looked at this a couple times. This is the latest Massive Darkness from CMON, and its ratings are kind of mid-8s, which is maybe better than I would have expected for a second version of Massive Darkness. I'm assuming the people that are getting this know what Massive Darkness is and really like the formula and want the new stuff for this. So that's gonna help the early rings. I think we'll see this as it gets delivered to backers, how it continues to do. That's number 7, Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. Number 6, Tiny Epic Dungeon. So we looked at this one before. This is a tiny epic dungeon crawler. Dungeon crawlers have been huge hits. I mean, as you can see, Massive Darkness 2, Gloomhaven, and a whole league of dungeon crawlers that have come out since Gloomhaven. I think Gloomhaven further popularized the dungeon crawler genre, which was already popular before. So Tiny Epic Dungeons is actually doing pretty good for a Tiny Epic game. Typically, these have been, I think, mid 7-ish. This is doing, at least starting out in the close to 8 range, although this week it was 7.35. So we'll have to continue to see this, but this might be giving Tiny Epic Galaxies a run for its money, which I think was the highest rated Tiny Epic game out so far. This is number 6, Tiny Epic Dungeons. Number 5, Arc Nova. So this thing is skyrocketing up the charts. Even I think with a not recommended, Shove and Sit Down didn't recommend this game, I don't believe. But I think that people really like, I guess, building a zoo of the future. That's or building zoos, which I guess you could tell from like Zoo Tycoon and all these computer games that came out. This is finally kind of, I guess, the Zoo Tycoon of the board game industry. The thing that looked the most interesting from the review was the way it handles the action selection, where the actions get more powerful the longer you wait. So I think there's definitely other games that have done that, but not with this theme and the building of the, I think is definitely gonna have to try this out. I may end up just trying it out if I get to BGG Con this fall, unless I know someone that picks it up before then. Just 'cause I have so many games I play anyway, and I'm pretty sure that this will be available in the BGG Con library with plenty of copies. This is number 5, Arc Nova. Number 4, Long Shot the Dice Game. So this is another game that Shove and Sit Down did a review for. I haven't watched it yet, but this game is doing extremely well for I think a roll and write dice game, which makes me intrigued actually. So I'm gonna check out the review on this, and maybe I'm sure this will be on here next week, so I'll have some more information then. Number 4, Long Shot the Dice Game. Number 3, Creature Comfort. So this is I think a game that is on Kickstarter right now. No, I guess it's available. Maybe it was on Kickstarter. It's got these, I think, really good artwork. So we have like boards and cards that I think all look really good. They're all quite colorful. I love these different animal meeples. Let's see what the comments show. So it's a short playing time, kind of medium low weight. Speculation based on your dice feels fresh, but the downtime is too long for each player's turn. So I guess it's for maybe the heavier players, it's a little bit too lightweight. People can play it with their kids, and it looks like it has a decent amount of, I guess, interesting decisions for most players to play with younger people. Again, I really do like the artwork on this. I do think the lightweight aspect of it is probably going to keep it from continuing this run with these high 8s for rating. This is number 3, Creature Comforts. Number 2, Return for the Dark Tower. So this continues to do really well. Actually, this week it got over 100 ratings, which is a big jump, and the average was 8.84. So it's hard for me to tell if this is nostalgia or if the updates that were made to the game really improve upon it to bring it fully into 2022 core games. I didn't back it because it just seemed like a lot for a game that I felt like I didn't have the nostalgic connection to, I would say. Like a lot of people, I never played this game growing up or even heard about it until they started the. So anyway, we'll keep seeing how this does. It is a bigger game, so I have a hard time believing it's going to have enough copies out there to end up in the top 100. But let's see. Number 2, Return of the Dark Tower. Number 1 game this week is Libertalia Winds of Galecrus. So this is the Stonemaier Games edition of, well, a remake or reimagining of Libertalia, which is a classic game, I think from the late 2000s, or early 2010s. It's a game where you're essentially pirates trying to divide the treasure, and it's got, I think, some unique mechanisms I hadn't really seen in many other games. One of them is you each start off with the same hand, but depending upon what cards you play throughout the game, your hand of available cards change. So it's an interesting idea that essentially you basically have an equal footing with everyone else. It's just a matter of how you optimize your play and deal with other cards how other people are playing. The new version of the game, I think I like the look of it. I think there were some comments that it was kind of generic. I don't know. I guess people that like the original one may have thought that this artwork is generic artwork. Maybe too whimsical. I don't know. That's a word. I like the presentation. I like the way I like that they did these chunky tiles, and I actually like the artwork, and it draws me or it makes me more likely to pick up this game. As far as how do I think it's going to do, I think it's probably going to be too lightweight to end up in the top 100. The reviews for it weren't as strong as I was expecting, given how I guess how much I've heard about this game, even though I haven't played it. So I'll probably give it a try out on Board Game Arena, the original version, at some point, and see if it's something I want to pick up this. So there you have it. That is the BG Climbers for the week ending 3/16/2022. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe, and take a look at our other videos.